event at the McConnell Center, of which you are
a graduate
of the McConnell Center, with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and Arizona Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema, where Mitch McConnell said this.
She is, in my view, and I've told her this before, the most effective first-term senator I've seen in my time in the Senate.
So if you were on social media yesterday, you saw Democrats going, uh-oh, Mitch McConnell saying nice stuff about Kyrsten Sinema. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, she was effective at essentially supporting Republican agendas, right? She was effective at preventing Democrats from moving legislation forward. And it's so interesting because Arizonans are really united in disliking her. If you look at every single demographic, women, college educated, non-college educated. So she stands for bipartisanship in theory, but in practicality, like common sense, everyday people don't see what she's actually getting done by defending the supposed bipartisanship. Is she really effective is the question.
But Scott, you've got sources familiar with the thinking of Mitch McConnell. who have talked about Kyrsten Sinema, right? What does he say?
Oh, he has told me she's one of the, if not the most interesting senators he's ever served with. And you heard what he said about her effectiveness. He's been quite impressed with her since she came to the Senate. And I think it has a lot to do with her willingness to defend the institution. I mean, there are a lot of people in the Democratic Party who would love to destroy the institution, throw it out the window, kill all the rules to get what they want now. Instant coffee ruined the world. And she and her willingness to defend the institution to a guy like McConnell, who's been an institutionalist to the core of the U.S. Senate, has been really impressive to him. And by the way, can I just say about the McConnell Center? They bring all kinds of speakers to campus. They've had people on the left. They've had people on the right. The commitment to bringing the most interesting people in public affairs to campus is a hallmark of it. And that's why she was invited.
Yeah, have the discussion.
Yeah.
On its face, like I'm a small government conservative. I like that someone wants to slow government down, which is what she wants to do by expanding the filibuster and why she sort of jumped in the way of Build Back Better. That doesn't bother me. To Natasha's point, it bothers most people in Arizona, though. I mean, her polling, she has the least favorable rating of any Democrat in the state. She's likely to be primaried in 2024. So if you're just playing politics with this, I'm not sure she's doing an effective job of keeping her seat, but she's doing an effective job.
For people who like to see, 14-dimensional chess with Mitch McConnell, there were those, Mark, who were saying, oh, this is McConnell trying to line things up. So if the Democrats maintain control of the Senate 50-50, Sinema will switch.
Listen, as a fan of instant coffee, I don't think the institution needs any defending. The word filibuster comes from the Dutch word pirate. It's a kill switch to deny majority voting, which is what this country is supposed to be all about. I've campaigned for 40 years. I've not once in those 40 years had a voter say, please defend the filibuster, please. And by the way, I don't want Congress doing any more than they're doing right now.
I will say
not doing much
Mark,
now.
have you not been talking to very many Republicans? I mean,
guys.
Filibusters and controlling the populist mobs. I mean, that's the thing about the filibuster rules. It protects us from the mobs. That's the House's job. They're a mob. The Senate has a distinct role to play in our culture and in our political culture, and that's to be the saucer that cools the hot sloshing tea. And so I think there's a definite role to play for this.
But also to kill civil rights legislation. That's the origin of the
Let's play first of all, Stroopwafel is my favorite Dutch word over filibuster. Second of all, let's play what Kyrsten Sinema had to say about the filibuster here.
The best thing you can do for your child is to not give them everything they want, right? And that's important to the United States Senate as well. We shouldn't get everything we want in the moment.
So she's actually talking about growing the filibuster, get everything we want in the moment, Natasha. Is that
So you want to move from getting nothing done to like really making sure you get nothing done, right? I think that, again, it's so theoretical where she's at. It doesn't reflect the reality of politics and how things work. And for voters, when they see that Kyrsten Sinema blocked voting rights legislation, right, that's intended to protect everybody regardless of party, they're going to have a hard time making that connection.
But Biden did get a bill passed, the Reduce Inflation Act, which might not reduce inflation, but it'll do a lot of other things. He did get it passed, and maybe her getting in the way and Joe Manchin getting in the way made it a better bill for Democrats, Republicans, and voters.
But that was reconciliation, right? That was 50-50.
It was. That's true.
And it was pared down from Build Back Better. And again, it's not voting rights. Voting rights protects everyone, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Why is that not something that's common sense that Kyrsten Sinema
Everyone's
would
leaning in
Absolutely.
now.
Because Republicans don't want to federalize the election system. McConnell often says he thinks politics should exist between the 40-yard lines. That's where Kyrsten Sinema is, and I think that's why they get along
He was
so
happy
well.
to get rid of it when he wanted judges.
Oh, you mean Harry Reid got rid of it when he broke it. Reid broke it.
And
he broke it, and now they had to buy it. I mean, that's the reality. I mean, Sinema was advocating going back to it for judges yesterday. She was advocating going back to pre-Reid. And so,
System's broken, man.
People use the
Pour us
rules.
some coffee.